Hello, and welcome to the second episode of What's Going On. Today, I'll be talking about some of the protests happening in Hong Kong right now. You might have seen these protests on TV and wondered, why are so many people so upset and angry? Well, these protests are mostly about the long history of Hong Kong's fight for democracy and freedom from dangerous Chinese laws. Let's start at the beginning. In 1997, the United Kingdom passed Hong Kong's rule to China. At this time, the two countries agreed that Hong Kong would follow a one country, two systems policy, which allows Hong Kong to operate its own economy and administration separate from China. However, in 2003, China tried to pass a law that required Hong Kong to stop people from speaking out against the Chinese government. The people were very concerned about this national security law, and a large protest was held on July 1st, the anniversary of the day the United Kingdom handed Hong Kong to China. Because of this protest, the national security law was not passed, and Hong Kongers continued to speak their political opinions freely. Unfortunately, China did not stop trying to limit the freedom in Hong Kong. In 2014, the Chinese government tried to change a law that allowed Hong Kong free elections. This led to the Umbrella Movement, a political protest for people who wanted free elections in Hong Kong. Sadly, this protest did not have as strong an effect as they hoped, and only minor changes to the law were made. Hong Kong people became more afraid that their freedom was in danger. In June of 2019, protests began again in Hong Kong because of a proposed law that would allow the Chinese government to arrest people in Hong Kong who make political statements against China. More than 1 million people marched in the city to protest this proposal. Finally, after 13 weeks of protesting, the proposed law was cancelled. However, the people of Hong Kong were still very upset and demanded democratic elections and more freedom from China's government. This year, on July 1st, China secretly passed a new national security law that gives mainland China more power to investigate and punish people who speak up against Chinese policy. It uses unclear language and says that people who speak against the Chinese government might go to prison for the rest of their life. This law also allows people who are arrested to be taken to China for a secret trial, so no one can know the truth about what they did or did not do. People in Hong Kong were told not to go out and protest the new national security law. Many police officers waited in the streets to stop them. However, after the new law was announced, hundreds of people went out to protest anyway. People who are against this law say it shows the true end of the one country, two systems policy that has allowed Hong Kong freedoms not available in mainland China, such as independent news, a safe trial, and the ability to protest freely. Because of this new law, people believe that Hong Kong is less safe to visit. If you would like to know more about this topic, you can check the links in the description below this video. Thanks for joining us for this episode of What's Going On.